Hi everybody, this is Joel Wood, your lobbyist here in Washington. Hope you had a great 4th of July. Hope you are staying cool. I got my electricity back on day before 4th of July, so I'm a happy camper. A couple of quick things. In the aftermath of the Supreme Court ruling, obviously all eyes are on the election, but notwithstanding the election results, there are so many more chapters yet to be written in the history of the Affordable Care Act. And a lot of reasons for us to believe that even if Republicans don't achieve their goals of maintaining the House, regaining the Senate, and Mitt Romney winning the presidency, that there are going to be major legislative issues that have to be decided on whether or not the exchanges, whether or not the architecture of the Affordable Care Act is going to move forward. Specifically, the Supreme Court ruling opened up a new donut hole, as our General Counsel Scott Sender has written to you about, in the Medicaid funding. It's going to allow many states, and a lot of red states are looking very seriously at this, it's sort of opting out of the expansion of Medicaid coverage. This creates a lot of problems. Now, the administration says that on this front, they're sure that the states ultimately are not going to take that action and that they can help fill in that donut hole. I'm not so sure. Likewise, the administration says that the creation of the federal exchange is not jeopardized by the reality that in the legislation they didn't cross-reference the subsidies for the state-based exchanges with the federal-based exchanges. That's going to mean litigation. And the feds say that that's not a big problem. I think it is a big problem. Likewise, it is certainly clear that a majority of states are not moving, have not gotten to the point of where their state-based exchanges can come online next year or be ready for certification as of only 6 months from now in January of 2013 is required under the law. There's going to be a huge pressure to delay the implementation on that. And honestly, a lot of these state governors, the red state governors, are in sort of a crouched position in the aftermath of the Supreme Court decision. They were waiting for the decision before moving forward. Now it seems as though those same governors are waiting for the election results before moving forward. And then you put in the reality of the fiscal cliff and all of the financial pressures, just as the subsidies, just as the most expensive portions of the Affordable Care Act are coming online. All of this colludes to ensure that there are going to be some big issues that Congress has to resolve on health care reform, irrespective of the election results. One other thing I did want to mention, I know everybody was sitting at their desks at 5 o'clock on the eve of the 4th of July, anxiously awaiting an email from Ken Carrar about the latest happenings with the Not Admitted Insurance Modernization Act and with respect to states that are in and out of the surplus lines allocation regime. The state of Nevada made it official this week that they are withdrawing from this NIMA allocation schedule. This is important because all this leaves left in that allocation system 2 years after the enactment of the Dodd-Frank Act, 2 years after the states were given the opportunity to achieve what they've tried to achieve for decades, which is a uniform allocation process. All that we're left with in the NIMA system with the clearinghouse that just came online are the states of Florida, Louisiana, Utah, Wyoming, and Puerto Rico. This is really evidence that this clearinghouse allocation scheme and the prospects for all states getting on board is not going to be fulfilled. This is good news for surplus lines brokers insofar as we need to move to that uniform system where basically our goals are achieved. The goals throughout this process were to make sure that there's only one set of rules for every multi-state surplus lines transaction. And with every state now, every major state accepting 100% of the premium on that front, that's actually a good positive development. Again, stay cool. Thanks so much for everything you've done for us. We'll be in touch.